Hey YouTube, I'm Tech Andrews here doing another action figure review, and today we're doing another one of the Turtles of Grayskull, which is the Masters of the Universe crossover line with Turtles, the Turtles of Grayskull Origins Mossman Deluxe figure. Now this one, I pretty much saved the best, technically best for last. I do love Slacker. Slacker is an awesome figure. Slacker is this guy who I've done a review for if you're watch my channel, and if I put it up in sequence, you will have seen, or will see, there's a thumbnail for this guy first. But this is the last of the deluxe figures that I've been able to get so far. I've only really reviewed the deluxe figures. I haven't done any of the basic wave stuff, which is these guys, here's Donnie. I've only done the deluxe figures so far. I don't have all of wave 1. I have nearly all of wave 1 except for the He-Man figure. I wasn't too big on the mutated He-Man figure, but after getting some of the other figures, I think I will go back and get him, because the way they've done the mutated figures, that was really cool. And I'm waffling and getting sidetracked, but we will get onto the box first, because I think I saved the best for last with this guy, even though Slacker is really, really cool. So his box is the standard mutagen style box. You have the bricks, the purplized bricks with the ooze flowing through it and sewer pipes. You have the Turtles of Grayskull line, his name, images of him on the top. Flipping around to the back of the box, you have what he can do, basically, and an artwork piece, which is really cool. It's him versus Leo. In fact, I probably should have brought Leo. Well, I do have Leo, but I probably should have used Leo for the, turtle comparison, since that's who he's versus on the back of the box. But he is absolutely awesome, and he has some really cool gimmicks going on. He has some really cool accessories, and he's just really cool. Now, I picked this guy up from Smith in Germany. Buddy of mine, I had to get a buddy of a buddy to pick this up for me. They don't sell them in Smiths here in Ireland. Now, if you're an Irish fan of my channel and you're watching this, I would suggest reaching out to Smith in Ireland. And if you're a fan of Turtles and the Masters of the Universe figures, just reach out to Smith in Ireland and go, hey, why are they able to get it here in Germany and not over here in Ireland? What's going on? So I would recommend that. But before we go on to that, before we'll have a look at the figure, we'll have a look at these accessories. So I'm going to move his box out of the way. One other technical accessory he comes with is a cool card art piece. Unlike the Wave 1 figures, they come with a mini comic. These are just card pieces, and it just says Mossman on the back. Again, on the Krang review I have done, or if it's up at the same time, I do have the Trapjaw one. I think the Trapjaw version of these cards, because it was the US version, has a write-up on them. The European ones don't, because underneath, where the image on the back of the box for the Trapjaw, or Mouse Jaw as he's called, actually has a whole write-up about Trapjaw and how he was the first mutant, whereas the European versions of these have nothing, which is kind of a shame. But we'll get on to his accessories. So he comes with a couple of accessories, which are really cool. He comes with these big tentacle pieces, which is really awesome looking. And if they look familiar, let's see if I can find him. He's not two-hand, unfortunately, is he? I might do a jump cut edit at some point and put in what I need to put in, but we'll deal with that later. This guy has some cool accessories. He comes with this cool big claw piece, and when I first saw it, I just thought, oh, it's just like a mutated barbed wire, or not barbed claw, kind of moss algae kind of made from vegetation thing. What's cool about it, and I didn't realize this, is it actually has two mutagen canisters sculpted in. So there's one going across here. It's hard to see. It is translucent, but it's slightly hard to see. And there's actually a second one going across like that, just in front. They are sculpted in there, so you can't really see them that well, and they're not painted anyway differently. It's all just cast in this green plastic, but it is cool to see that there is mutagen canisters in his arms. Now, the way this thing attaches to his hand, he has this piece coming down, and the way that works is it just slots into, it's designed to fit in, I think it's designed to fit in his left hand more than his right, because if you do put it into the right hand, it does look a little off, because it fits along his wrist as well. So in fact, I'm not even sure if you can do it, but it looks off. See, the way they sculpted it, the gap at the back is designed to fit for his left, so you can do it that way. You could probably underslung it maybe for the right. Would it fit in the right? Actually, if I try doing this on screen, it would be handy. I haven't actually tried this on screen to see if it would do it. No, it just makes this bend out of the shape. So it is designed for his left. So he has this big claw thing. Now, it does make him top heavy, I will say that. Even when he has all his bits on him, it does make him a little bit top heavy, but you can see he does have that stuff on him. And so it comes with the claw attachment, which is really cool. And he comes with an optional, technically it's an optional head attachment, but it's also, you can be used as a weapon. So he has this extending neck piece, which he can use. And he has this awesome Venus flytrap. So the idea within this is you could probably plug this straight onto the neck and have it like that. But the idea is this is to give it extra range of movement. So you plug that in. It gives this extra range on this part where it's connected to the fly trap. The fly trap actually has a hinging jaw or mouth or whatever you call it on the actual fly trap, which is really cool. So the way that's depicted on the boxes, you can use it as a weapon, is one of these vines or tendrils are extended. So it's designed so that he can hold it in his hand as a weapon. So he can hold it that way. But the other gimmick with this, and it's a really cool gimmick, you pop his head off, and then, which way is it? Yeah, so this part where this tendril goes down like that is supposedly the front. So it just pops into the neck peg, and if you have it done right, you have a really cool mutated Mossman with a giant Venus flytrap head for a head. And not only that, he comes with these extra tendrils that click onto his back, because he has plug-in parts on his armor piece. So you can either put these this way, or you can rotate him around whichever way you want. So technically, having him all geared up minus his original head, he looks like this. And when you have him all like that, he's a pretty big beastie. So I'll try and get this in somehow without knocking everything over. Would be handy. So he does, I'm not even sure where to measure him from. The highest point is probably the tendrils off the back. They bring him into around 8.5 inches. It's about maybe 8, just over 8 with the mutated head on. So he does have a lot of mutated stuff. And I'm going to pop him back together to his kind of standard self. You can still leave the tendrils on and have him with that, and it's really, really cool. As I said, you can pop these on whichever way you want, so you can have them that way, or you can have them this way. Now, the interesting cool thing about this guy is he is predominantly new parts, but the reason they made these parts specifically is because they're from another figure, a actual crossover figure line, another crossover of 2 different figures from the same universe. So his legs are, or the feet, his feet are new, his legs are kind of standard, but his legs down to his feet, the feet are new feet. The reason he has these weird looking clawed feet is they are a new part. In fact, let me just get his big tendrils out of the way while I knock everything over. So his hands are completely new. His feet are completely new. The rest of them is pretty much the same standard Beastman body, which is what the standard Mossman used. He used Beastman parts. In fact, the Beastman arms that they use aren't the standard Beastman arms, I believe. I think they're the ones from the Power of the Force, or Power of the, was it Power of Grayskull, was it, line? Although I think they could be standard between the two. They look a bit slightly different. His head is a new sculpt as far as I'm aware. It's not one that was used before, which is kind of interesting. He's done in translucent plastic, which is really cool. The reason his hands are unique and his feet are unique is because predominantly this guy will be getting another release under the Stranger Things versus Masters of the Universe line. So there's a 2-pack coming out. I think it's either out next month or this month. Well, it's out soon, as far as I know. And it's Skeletor versus the Demogorgon. And the feet off this guy are for the Demogorgon. The hands are from the Demogorgon. I don't believe the armor pieces are from the Demogorgon. And this neck piece, I'm assuming the neck joint here is from that. But the head piece is unique to this. They kind of were probably going, hey, the Demogorgon has a very Venus flytrap head. Why don't we just modify it into a Venus flytrap? And they ended up with this, which is really, really cool. Or was the other way around. So you kind of know what you're getting with this for the Demogorgon. And then they just announced it. They're doing a second Stranger Things crossover set. And the reason he has those big pinky tentacles, and he'll come with one of these hands, not two. His legs will be different. He'll still retain these armor parts. And the reason for that is because he will be looking like this at one point. And this is the Vecna figure from Bandai. You can see the similarities already because he has all these viney bits, kind of, or whatever you want to call them, the tentacle things. This is why he has the one claw. He'll have a standard Motu hand on this hand. But he's, as far as I know, I think he still uses the Beastman style body. I don't think he has a unique body, but he will be using most of these parts for this figure, for the Masters of the Universe line. Hence why he has the big clawed hand on one side. He'll have a standard Motu. He'll have a unique head, and then he'll have this armor, which will also come with these tendrils in the same color, kind of that weird burnt skin tone color. And the versus in that pack is him versus a very washed out, I believe it's supposed to be an upside down version of He-Man, from as He-Man from the Upside Down, if you're familiar with the Stranger Things movie or TV series. I'm not sure if they'll reuse this part because it's unique enough that it has the sculpted in mutagen canisters, so I don't know if that will be reused as well with any of the Stranger Things figures. But for now, we have Mossman, and it gives us a kind of a showcase of what's to come with the Stranger Things figures. I do like that they modified a Beastman armor here, because Mossman never had armor, but they did a unique Beastman armor set for him. Later down the line, there was a yellow version of Beastman's armor instead of the orange, and it had those spikes on it. You can see this is kind of inspired by Mossman's armor, or Beastman's armor, but it is unique to Mossman. He has this cool bone shape on him. He does retain all the standard articulation, so his arm can rotate all the way around. I'm going to move these out of the way because they will get in the way if you're rotating the arm all the way around. It does hinge and go up that much. He does have the single jointed elbow with the swivel. He does have the wrist swivel and a hinge, depending on which hand you have in. Waist swivel as per normal. Legs can kick forward. Legs can bend, and then they bend at the ankle. Now, the way the feet are done, it doesn't have the rocker joints like the others, because the ankle goes down into the foot. So he just kind of gets this more chicken walker look to him. If you bend the legs, he still has the boot swivel, which is weird because he's not wearing boots. It's like a natural shin he has. So he still has that. So I suppose if you want to rotate it slightly and have the leg bending out to the side for whatever reason, you can do that. There is swivel at the knee as well. And he has the ball jointed head. He has extra range of movement then when you have the other neck attachment on. But he looks really, really cool. I'm just going to try and get him standing. He is a little bit tricky to stand because of those weird feet. You kind of have to get him in the right position for him to stand properly. But we'll bring in Shredder, who is probably responsible for mutating him. And then we'll bring in Donnie. I do have Donnie's weapon, so I'm going to throw it into his hand. We'll bring in Donnie. Turtles of Grayskull Donatello, which I really like. Has Man-at-Arms style armor and tech gear on him. A lot of the turtles have this kind of tech gear stuff. Just get him to stand. Come on, Donnie. Stand. Ooh. He does have his unique bow staff, which it has the more Man-at-Arms look to it. He's not wanting to stand for some reason. Yeah, man. Normally they do stand. Right. Oh, there he goes. Why is he not standing? Do I have his feet at the wrong position? Maybe. Let's try that now. He'll probably be too front heavy now. There we go. And his feet were just at different angles. So there we go. He does stand. And you can see Mossman, Donnie, and the Shredder figure. Shredder I haven't done a review for yet. I need to track down one of his accessories, which is the most boring of the accessories. He comes with a Horde style crossbow. I've never been a big fan of those Horde crossbows, so I put it aside somewhere and I need to track it down before I do his review. I do have his sick looking axe that he comes with, which is this one, but I'm just missing his Horde crossbow, so when I get that I'll do a review for him. But all in all, the Mossman figure is a really good figure, and I do recommend picking him up. As I said, he's on shelves in Germany in Smith's. I think he's trickling out to store shelves in the US now at the moment. I've seen people saying that they've spotted him, at least some of the deluxes. They spotted Krang, I know that, but I'm not sure about Mossman yet. But and Slacker, the two of those are a little bit rarer on the ground at the moment. I do believe that will change, because they're just literally coming out at the time of this recording, so that should change. It's rare that we get something before the States, but when we do, we do. But overall, Mossman is one of the better of the, well, they're all really good. I can't deny I like all three of the deluxe figures, well, 4 including Mousejaw. I think Mossman is really cool with that whole Venus flytrap headpiece, and you can actually use that in other figures. Obviously I didn't showcase it there because I don't, I could throw it on Shredder's body, but you get the idea. They're mix and match parts, so you can pop, if you can pop the head off on a kind of standard body, you can put that piece on. Probably look a little weird with the translucent neck piece, but other than that, it will look pretty cool. So there you go, guys. I hope you enjoyed this review for Mossman. As always, please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel, and I hope you enjoy your day, and thanks for watching this video. Cheers, guys.